Let's go to Professor Sergio Canavero, live in Italy. He is the man who will perform this extraordinary operation. Dr. Canavero, there are many people, including our own Dr. Hillary here, who believe this is a form of, you know, Dr. Frankenstein, that you can't actually do this, you're giving people false hope, and you've no idea what the outcome will be. What is your response to that?
Well, my reply is that these people have no idea what they're talking about, and I've been thinking about this and planning this for over 30 years. So I mean 30 years, and that means that there are no experts out there that can really talk, because there are so many aspects.
Dr. Kahneman, let me ask you this. You have a man here prepared to take this extraordinary risk. His life will be in your hands. What are the chances, do you believe, that Valerie will survive the operation and indeed have a better quality of life after it than he does now?
As I said multiple times, we all agree, at least the top surgeons that will be part of the team, that 90% is the chance that Valerie stands to survive the operation. So 90%, why? Because there is a plan. The first humans to receive this sort of a head transplant will not be Valerie, but we will just be performing this first on cadavers, then on brain dead organ donors. So the first live head transplant will come about somewhere where we'll be able to transfer the head of a brain dead organ donor on the body of a decapitated brain dead organ donor. So only after extensive cadaveric rehearsals and this final proof of principle surgery on brain dead organ donors, we will move on Valerie. Actually, the list of patients is so long that I can't even begin to just give you all the names.
Dr. Hillary, we've heard from the professor who's, you know, extremely confident about this procedure, but listening to it, I mean, I know you still have concerns that are shared by lots of doctors, don't you?
Of course, and I like this man very much. I like his sharp mind, and I like his sense of humour. However, although I'm not a professor who's met his patient just the once, I'm a realist. Now, I think there are lots of things that Valerie could lose as well as gain, even if this were to be successful, which most doctors doubt. He could lose the fact that he's been able to come from Russia to London and stay in a hotel with his girlfriend. He's mobile. He has use of his arms. He breathes on his own. And I fear that not only the immunosuppressant drugs could mean that the donor body rejects his head, which could be a major problem, usually the biggest problem in transplant surgery. But secondly, he'd need a respirator, because the nerves that make his heart beat and his lungs breathe would not be connected anymore. So I think he'd need a respirator. And he could well end up with no motor function in his body. So
OK, Dr. Canavero, let's go back to Dr. Canavero. You've heard what our Dr. Hillary said there. He's a very eminent doctor, very doubtful that you can achieve very much at all here. There are many skeptics in the medical world who agree with that verdict. They don't think this is possible. You are playing with Valerie's life.
Well, they
here,
don't know what they're talking. Look, this doctor doesn't know what he's talking about. And I'm pretty sure that he didn't even read the papers. And for this doctor and all the doctors who are there just watching us, just stay tuned, because more news is coming. And I'll be pretty sure that everybody will come around very, very soon about this surgery.
I wonder if I can ask,
this surgery is going to work.
There have been many attempts throughout the world, particularly in the old Soviet Union, to take the brain out of an animal, they like the dog, for example, and keep it alive with machinery. Now, you can do that with the heart, the kidney, the liver, the lung, all the other body organs, solid organs. But nobody had ever been able to do it with the brain. And part of the reason is we must remember the brain is very delicate when it comes to its blood supply. And so when we finally did it and found that this brain of a highly developed animal had brain waves, But biochemistry was functioning just as it would. Now, we couldn't talk to it. We could send it electrical signals. We could show that it could actually hear and so forth, but we didn't know whether it was processing the information. But the point of it all is that that moment in time also said to us, if you can do it for the animal brain, you could do it for the human brain.
Oxygen. The isolated head lives on for hours and reacts to external stimuli.
В том же 46-м Владимир Петрович проводит более сложную операцию. Он первый, кто делает полную замену сердечно-легочного комплекса. Пес тогда прожил 6 суток. Это была победа. Для такого эксперимента Демихов разработал специальную методику, позволяющую произвести трансплантацию без применения аппарата искусственного кровообращения. В 1947 году ученый делает перед... Не забывая о сердце, Демихов поднимается на новую ступень трансплантологии. В 1954 году он вновь заглядывает в будущее. Ему удается сделать двуголовую собаку. На тело большого пса пришивается голова и часть туловища маленькой собачки. Очевидцы утверждают, что у каждой головы после операции сохранялся свой прежний характер. Большой ласковый пес никак не мог повлиять на новую часть своего тела. Маленькое кусачее животное продолжало быть агрессивным. И вот что еще интересно. Во всех двуголовых экспериментах можно было наблюдать процесс так называемого омоложения. Например, коллеги доктора Демихова обратили внимание, что на пересаженной голове старой собаки потускневшая шерсть уже через неделю-другую начинала блестеть.
The dragon stood on the shore of the sea. And I saw a beast coming out of the sea. It had 10 horns and 7 heads with 10 crowns on its horns, and on each head a blasphemous name. The beast I saw resembled a leopard, but had feet like those of a bear and a mouth like that of a lion. The dragon gave the beast his power and his throne and great authority. One of the heads of the beast seemed to have had a fatal wound, but the fatal wound had been healed. The whole world was filled with wonder and followed the beast.
Base. We've come out of a humanist time, and now we're redefining what it is to be human.
Whether we like it or not, we're becoming cyborgs. We're becoming transhumans.
We have the opportunity now to try to do things better than nature has done.
Why not have a stronger arm than we have? Why not be able to run faster? Why not be able to have tougher skins?
We really do want to violate human limits now, and we're getting closer and closer to the ability to do it.
Transhumanists wish to become what they call post-human. A post-human is someone that has been modified with performance-enhancing body and brain augmentations to the point that they can no longer be called human. They have mutated themselves into an altogether new being. To most people, this sounds like something from a science fiction film. Few are aware of constant breakthroughs in technology which make the transhumanist vision a very real possibility for the near future. Neurochip interfaces, computer chips that connect directly to the brain, are being developed right now. The ultimate goal of a brain chip would be to increase intelligence thousands of times over, basically turning the human brain into a supercomputer.
It also forced all people, great and small, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hands or on their foreheads so that they could not buy or sell unless they had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of its name. This calls for wisdom. Let those who have insight calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. That number is 666.
We are going to become gods. Period. If you don't like it, get off. You don't have to contribute. You don't have to participate. But if you're going to interfere with me becoming God, you're going to have big trouble. Then we'll have warfare. The only way you can prevent me in this 50 or is to kill me. If you kill me, I'll kill you.